everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my top 5 Grail dolls. Now, what is a Grail doll? A Grail doll is a doll that is difficult to get for a collector either because of expense or rarity or a combination of the two. If something's rare, it's oftentimes going to be expensive. But why do we collectors call them Grail dolls? Well, Grail comes from the Holy Grail, which Jesus supposedly drank from at the Last Supper. This became popular in popular culture today from Arthurian legend. There's a legend that King Arthur was on a quest to find the ultimate of ancient relics, which was the Holy Grail. And we see that in movies even today, quest for the Holy Grail. So we call it a Grail doll because you have to go on a quest to add these dolls to your collection, and they're not easy to get. But enough about Grails, here's the countdown. Number 5 on my Grail list is Sunbeam Naiad by Les Belles du Jour dolls. Now, there is only one of these in the world. Only one was created in this resin tone, and it went up for sale on her Facebook page. You had to be first to comment to buy her, and I was second to comment, so I missed out on this one, and she's in the hands of a private collector right now. So if she ever comes up for sale, I will try to buy her, but I don't know if that'll ever happen. I fell in love with her dolls at Elle Doll in 2018. I had never seen them before, and this is her booth, and I just fell in love with the dolls. I love how unique the faces were, and I love the styling of the dolls that she put on display, and so I just really wanted one. I ended up getting a purple Ondine after the show, and she shipped that to me. I have an unboxing of that on the channel. But I absolutely love this girl, and I want her sisters to go with her. I want all of the other sculpts, and so I really just wanted that Sunbeam Naiad. I saw her, and I was just in love, and these are the pictures of her from the private sale that she did on Facebook, and she's just absolutely stunning, just such a stunning doll, and her face-up was done by the Ugliest Wife in Poland, and she's just incredible. And if she ever does come up for sale, I will definitely try to move heaven and earth to get her at the time. However, all is not totally lost because Siren that you see here is one of her newer sculpts, and I am getting a Siren in Sunbeam. So I reached out to the artist and I asked her, can I please get this doll in the Sunbeam color? And she said yes, and so she's not ready yet, but that is a bit of a consolation prize, I guess, is that I'll be getting her. Number 4 on my list is the Engelpup Ariel doll. Now, this doll was sold at Epcot in the Germany Pavilion at Walt Disney World in the 90s and early 2000s. I love these dolls and have a lot of great memories of them when I was a kid, but they were really expensive at the time when I went to Disney World as a kid, so I wasn't able to get any of them. Now on the secondhand market, I've been able to obtain most of the dolls that were available then, and you can watch my video about the entire history of these dolls at Disney World if you're interested. I'll link that video below. But this is my collection, and I have most of the characters, but I am missing Ariel. And Ariel is my favorite Disney princess, and so I definitely want to add her to my collection. So I know that she exists because I have seen photos of her, and there's also a Jasmine doll that I'd like to get too, but Ariel is number 1 on my list. She's the one I really want the most. Unfortunately, she just doesn't come up all that often for sale, and I missed out on one on eBay not that long ago because I just didn't quite put in a bid that was quite high enough, and at the last minute somebody outbid me. And you would think that with this being one of my Grail dolls, I would have put my bid in really high, but I just didn't and got outbid at the last minute. So what I'm really hoping is that I'm hoping another one comes up for sale sometime in the future, and I will put in a different bid, and I will also be available last minute to bid on her. So fingers crossed, I'll be able to add her to my collection one day. Number 3 on my Grail list is one of the number 1 Barbies. Now this is an example of when rarity and expense come together. The doll is rare, she was issued in 1959, and she's expensive. And this is because there are a lot of devoted Barbie collectors all over the world that want to add this doll to their collection. She's got a lot of unique features. There are blondes and brunettes of this doll. She also has, the way her eyes are painted are different than the other dolls, and she has holes in the bottom of her feet that allowed her to stand on a stand. I've only seen one in person once, and that was at a museum in Germany, and I just think she's really cool. It's not that I'm a devoted Barbie collector, but the #1 Barbie is just like a museum quality piece to have in your collection. But you can see from winning bids on eBay that she does not come cheap. You would have to really save up and be ready to bid for one of these dolls. Now, I don't need one with a box and the stand and everything. I wouldn't mind having a less expensive one that wasn't in great condition. That would be fine with me. Just to be able to own a little bit of that doll history. Number 2 on my list of Grail dolls is any doll from antiquity. I'm not picky about what kind of doll it is, but antiquity is the period before the Middle Ages. So we're talking ancient Rome, ancient Greece, ancient Egypt, those sorts of civilizations where they had large populations together and they did make dolls. And sometimes those dolls are found in children's graves. Sometimes they're found just in excavations of archaeological sites. These dolls are often made of bone or ivory or terracotta even. Those are the ones that survive. They likely had dolls that were made also of cloth and wood, but those materials certainly are not as survivable through the ages as the more substantial materials of bone, ivory, and terracotta. Their prices go all over the place. They're sold at auction houses from time to time. So this is one of those types of dolls I'd have to really save my money and be paying attention and be prepared to bid on if I really want to add one of these to my collection. Number 1 on my Grail list, the doll that I want worse than any other doll, is an animatronic from the It's a Small World Disney attraction. Now, they have Small World attractions at Disney parks all over the globe. And if you're not familiar with It's a Small World, it goes through different nations and it has dolls that represent children from those nations singing a song about It's a Small World. And I just love these faces of these dolls. I actually have an extensive Small World doll collection, but what I don't have is one of the actual animatronics from the ride. And believe it or not, every once in a while, the animatronics do come up for sale. So Disney parks will sometimes retire one of the animatronics, or when they do upgrades to the rides or changes, they'll come up for auction. Now, this is one of those situations of rarity and expense. They very seldom come up for sale. This one went up for sale in 2016. And the next time that I saw one for sale was actually earlier this year in 2020. They had a full animatronic that was older, and they also had just a head. But if any of these ever come up for sale again, I would absolutely sell 75% of my collection in order to be able to purchase one of these dolls. So next time they come up for auction, I'm going to pay very close attention. This is the ultimate Grail for me. It would just be the most amazing addition to my collection. And like I said, I would trade in 75% of what I had just to be able to get one of these, because they hold such a special place in my heart from going to Disney parks. And also, it's like the ultimate doll to me. So this is number 1 in my Grail list. Okay guys, so what do you think about my list of Grail dolls?
You have chosen wisely.
Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Leave me a comment below to let me know what your Grail doll is. Have you gotten it, or are you still looking for it? Thanks again guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.